Jordan. This video is being recorded on the late evening of Friday, March 1st, 2024. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just going to do a quick video here. I apologize, no FaceTime in this video. Hope to get through it pretty quickly. Let's get right into it. So just want to talk about gold and silver. I wanted to get something out just after today and something before next week. So anyway, I posted this chart on Twitter, and so the yellow here, this is the handle of this monster cup and handle pattern for gold, which gold is now inches away from breaking out. I mean, it closed at 2095.70. We've been talking about 2100, so let's wait until it closes above 2100 to call it a breakout, but I believe it's going to next week. I mean, I would be shocked if this did a reversal and Mr. Salami showed up. I mean, this to me is looking like it's going to bust out next week. But to answer the question from the chart that I posted on Twitter, so I said, how many cup and handle patterns are within this larger pattern? Now there's two. Now this, some people might think three. You could also count this one, but remember, it's the cup, and then you have to have a small correction after it. So here's one. And, this here actually goes a little bit, this goes a tiny bit too far, but I'm giving it a pass just because it spent so little time here. Maybe on the weekly chart, it held above the 50% retracement. I think it went a tiny bit below the 50% retracement, but, it recovered so quickly that I'm giving it a pass. So this in itself is a cup and handle pattern. Again, this is the cup, and so this is the handle here. Kind of an extended handle. And then you have this, the more recent one. This is a cup, and this is like a perfect handle right here. So this larger one projects to 2,500. This smaller one projects to 2,350. I use closing prices are pretty close to. I don't like using intraday prices for price targets. It's like, let's just be safe and use closing prices. So this setup here, I mean, this is really bullish. And, there's obviously questions as everything's moving up, the stock market's going up. What does that mean for gold? And, I'll get more into that in the premium update this weekend and maybe in some free stuff next week. But here's gold against the stock market. So this is obviously doesn't look that great. But even with that being said, I mean, I would, regardless of what the stock market does, I would bet on 2,350 at this point and maybe 2,500. So I think gold has some room to run here because this is just such a powerful pattern that you're going to see a lot of outside money, generalist trade. They're going to come into this market. They're going to rotate out of stocks and other things, and this thing is going to recover. Now, how long it lasts, I mean, that's a whole nother question for another video. But getting more into gold and silver specifically. So, yeah, we have gold here, daily bar chart. So, yeah, this is the entire handle on that beautiful cup and handle. The red line here is just below 2,100. So still, even though this is the all-time highest close, the daily highest close exceeding this by, I don't know, like a little bit, you still want to see this above 2,100 and then also above, closing above this. That would be confirmation for me. But at this point, gun to my head, I would say it's going to do that in the very short term. Silver. Now, this is more interesting because if we see gold make the breakout, run to 2,350 or even 2,500, let's stop at 2,350. What does that mean for silver? I mean, the gold-silver ratio here, I apologize for not posting it, it's around 90. So gold is really outperforming, and gold should continue to outperform because of this breakout. But gold will pull silver higher, but it's a question of how much. Because silver has stiff resistance here at 26. It has initial resistance here. Call it 2,450, maybe a little bit above 2,450. So 2,450, 26, and then here, we're looking at the daily chart, but call it 28. So now the macro, I mean, if we're in this melt up, the economy's doing well, concerns about inflation are really, really picking up. That is something that should benefit silver over gold. So we'll see. But worst case scenario, assuming gold runs to 2,350, I think it can pull silver up to 26. I mean, that's pretty conservative. At least, gold goes to 2,500. I would think silver could at least get to 28. Now, if we're in a huge melt up, and this is something that's going to last for the balance of the year, maybe gold, again, 2,500. Is that enough to get silver to 33, 34? Maybe gold goes to 2,700 at that point. I mean, again, I don't have the ratios in front of me, but I'm just throwing out targets here. But in any event, we can analyze all the fundamentals and just everything to death, but you got to go with the price action. The price action in gold. I mean, this is a super bullish pattern, and yeah, there are some macro concerns here and there with the stock market going up, but this is a really bullish setup, and this could be a really good year with the way things are setting up now. So hope to be calling a epic breakout next week. Too early to call it today. We'll see what happens next week. Thank you for tuning in. Talk to you guys again. I'll show you my face again in the next video.